So Amir made this before he left. This is a new front for this because it's really badly damaged. It needs cutting there, so I'll do that tomorrow. But it will need sandblasting because it's gone pretty rusted over the 4.5, 5 weeks he's been away. But he's welded it all the inside, so he's put a lot of hours into that. So what I think he was doing, he didn't tell me, but what I think he was going to do was make a front. I would surmise this, and then cut. I've marked that now to cut out the front because this is so badly damaged. There's lots of creases in it here, everywhere. And then what I'll do is I'll cut on the inside of the lip here and weld this piece, flatten this out, take it out, flatten it. There's a few bad bits in it here and there. Take that out and then attach it to that one, but that'll need sandblasting first, this piece. Then the reason, that's the actual line where it needs to go to on the top there, but I'll do it to here so that when this is off I can actually hammer this flat and reshape it. And as you can see, it's in fairly full condition all the way around. So what I'll do is I can hammer that flat and then put the curve on it afterwards and make that the curve so the bonnet comes out. I mean, we could fill that with lead, but it'd take an awful lot of lead to do that. A lot of shaping. So, although to be honest, the welding on it's quite a bit as well, but we could do the welding quicker than we can the lead loading. And it's all out of shape, it's all bent out of shape. And what's coming with Martin is actually this new badge for the front of it here. The first one was just a sticker with a 3D kind of badge, but this is a proper 3D badge. It was about 60 quid, I think. And then we'll cover the lights up because we're going to have the lights here on the outside. Not that we actually need lights on it, but I've got them anyway. We'll see. It's really not important at the moment. And I've started on these two wings, so this one's ready to put the patches in where it needs it. So there's a bad one here, another one down on the bottom. These were a couple of lights that were on it, and there's quite a big piece I had to take out of here, as you can see. So I'll fill them in, and the same on this one. There's quite a few bad bits here, so this needs replacing, and this big one here, this big gusset, and this flange here, I've had to cut this off because this was corroded, and it's supposed to be a double skin flange, so I'll have a look at that tomorrow as well. But that's going to be a lot of work. As I said, unfortunately it's so badly damaged. I mean, you can get stuff in these tractors, but most of these fronts would probably be like this anyway. But you can see how poor it is, and I think that's probably the way to do it. And then we'll take this front off, get a few of these knocked out, paste these in. We've got the stickers coming and everything, David Brown 880 Select-O-Matic stickers for the side, for the controls, everything. So it should look really nice when it's all done up. See, I've cut the front out of it. Now I've made it bigger than I need to because I can then pare that back to where I want it. So this is the part that needs repairing. So I've now cut this at the right angle, and I used measurements and caliper to make sure that's right. So obviously it's going to fit on the inside of this here, as you can see, and you can see that lip is really too long. I really only need it on this edge, so I'll get rid of all this crap, and this is all got to be repaired. I need another clip like this on it, so I'll repair all that at the same time and get all these dents out of it, and then we'll go from there. So as you can see, if I cut this out now all the way along, I can get rid of these wrinkles. I can hammer these wrinkles out, and it's just dead metal anyway. Having two folds is not great, but in this particular case I'm going to have to do it this way, which will make this fit tighter. What I'll then do is punch holes in all this all the way along and weld it on the inside so you can't see it. See, there's the old battered piece I've taken out. It really was beyond repair, that. Anyway, so that's out, and this is the and I've cut it down now so that it'll actually be welded along here. What I have to do first is I have to clean up that edge on the inside, and then clean up this edge. Clean this edge up on the inside of here. Clean all this. And probably the best way to do that is probably sandblast it. Then what I'll do then is, I'll just show you if I can show you on here. So I can then put that on there and weld that, hold it and weld it, and re-tack it along that, which is on the inside. So that will mean you won't see anything on the front edge of it. And then I can then cut this. I'll stand it up, check it, and there's quite a rolled edge on that. So what I might do is I might just take this out, beat this out, and then see where we need to go and where we need to cut it to make it join. And then we have to do a weld on the inside all the way around. But this is in quite poor shape as well, as you can see. So I'll give that a really good hammering. And then the back, again, we've cut those relief cuts there to bring it in, but this is in fairly poor shape. But finding another piece probably would be quite difficult. This one's quite nice on this side, these strengthening rolls. But it's a bit naughty on the other side. It's a bit, that's a grate here. But I don't know if there's a lot we can do with that. Now it's flat, at least we can try and get these out if we possibly can, and if not, we'll have to paste them up and do it that way. So yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. I'll clean those two sides up, and then what I can do is I can leave this in this condition till I weld it, because it's going to get rusty again. But as I say, if I do the two lips where I'm welding, prime them up, weld through primer, weld it, and then then sandblast the whole thing before it goes on. We should be in good shape, I think. Ah, there's that badge that Martin brought over for me, David Brown. It fits nice. There's a couple of. Can you stand in the corner for us? Yeah. Cheers. There's just a little bit here. We just need to make this bit more rounded, and it's a bit nipped in here. Now we put a piece of polystyrene on it from behind, but you see how it goes on. If you look at it, we just stuck this into it, but that should all fit nice and true, so we'll get that done. We just put that in just now. Obviously you put a piece of, I don't know, hose or whatever in there, or a bit of wood or whatever, and that's obviously how it sits. But yeah, 60 quid, wasn't it?
60, Nick, including postage. Yeah,
£60. But they they did the same thing. It's supposed to be a 3D sticker for like 15 or 20 quid or whatever it was, and it just doesn't seem, it's just a bit pointless.
60 quid including that was quality.
It's really nice.
It's really nice.
So that's the first one pasted up. So there's the new patches in it. And this had to be welded all the way up the side here and all that side, and then these patch holes here. And then this is the second one. Here you can see there's a few bits in it, and this has to have a new edge put on it and a second layer. So I get that done, and then we can start on this front brick. So what we're going to do with this one is, that's where it needs to be cut back to, but we'll leave this on, and then we're going to do is put this through the English wheel and flatten all this back out again. Might have to take this out where it's dented, and then we can see exactly where we need to cut it and re-weld it back on again. So, but even the edges on this are, yeah, the edge is missing on that one as well. So I'll maybe cut that back a bit and maybe get this out. Yeah, I think probably it'd be better to cut it out because that's where it should go, but we'll leave it a little bit longer, a few mil longer, just to make sure, and then English wheel it, and hopefully that'll do the trick. We're going to change the plan. Initially we were going to have this in 4 sections, the 2 side pieces, this and the hood. We're now going to actually weld the hood directly to it, but it will be bolted to here, because we can actually make this fit perfectly the way we've done it. So there's the new front on it. You can see, still got to be finished up. it'll be welded all the way along, and then it'll be pasted up, and the lights will be covered, the badge will be on. There'll be a red mesh, which is over there, a sheet here, but we'll paint this red, and that will come down. You can see we've shortened this as well, and that red piece will go in here and along there, but we'll do it with thumb screws. And these we'll just put through the original. We're going to recut these holes up here. This has all been done. It's been hammered out and pasted up. Still got to be finished up yet, of course, before it's painted. That should be done by Sunday. That wing is ready for painting, and the other wing has been painted in the white primer, but it's not painted it in. So obviously, I'll do it together. There's no point in cleaning the gun too many times. So you can see, and what we also did is use this body shuts on the inside. Not that I'll need it, but it covers up a multitude of sins. And as you can see on the back, that's in flat white primer. It'll be now gloss white, which is what the bonnet and all the other stuff will be. So get that second one in, do that. You can probably put them on tomorrow.